dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month, I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
We are going to now get to the section of the show where we're going to help you follow the money so that you can save more, spend less, and not get ripped off. That's the backbone of how I got to where I'm at nowadays. I didn't get here by social media, folks. When I first started my job, I started listening to this consumer advocate named Clark Howard. He taught me how to build my credit. He taught me how to save money. He taught me where to put money. He taught me how to avoid stuff. And the person I was dating way back then, 20 years ago, I would reference Clark Howard so much, she thought he was my brother. She had never heard of him. And the reason why I liked Clark was because he was not Susie Orman or Dave Ramsey. He lived the way he told you to. He wasn't wearing fancy shirts. He wasn't driving nice cars. He wasn't basically saying, do as I say, not as I do. And that's what, and here's the big one. He put his money where he voted. Now, some of y'all gonna roll your eyes at this. Clark Howard votes third party because he sees fault with both parties. Sure. And believe it or not, I have tremendous respect for people that do that. I do. And if you're continuously doing. Now, the only time I take a little opposition to it is right now with Trump. When because you can't be someone talking about you love democracy when the person that's in the White House is a fascist trying to change democracy. At that point in time, you know, where's your allegiance? Is it really and truly to capitalism, or is it really and truly to we at least have a democracy? And so, folks, this clip is going to come to us from Clark Howard talking about how landlords are now trying. This is what Clark Howard looked like. That's my boy. Talking about how landlords are trying to scam you now by making you pay a fee if you work from home. Take a look at this, folks. The wheels of crony capitalism know no bound. Here we go.
The rental market has gone full bore into the kind of practices that have made the stockholders of airlines and hotels really happy and made customers miserable. That is the add-on junk fees. And the apartments are doing a lot of mandatory add-ons. And these could involve you having to buy internet, whether you want it or not, as an additional fee. Pay for pay TV, even if you don't want it, is an additional fee because you like to watch streaming. Making themselves the monopoly providers and making it a mandatory add-on. Garbage pickup. My middle child lived in an apartment complex where in addition to the rent, she had to pay a $25 a month apartment to the apartment for trash pickup. And I mean, doesn't it seem like it would be a normal expense when you're renting an apartment that disposal of trash down a chute or whatever would be part of the rent? Nope. Mandatory add-on fee. And I could go through a long list, but in the news of the weird, the one that just drives me batty, that is just slowly appearing around the country, it's an add-on fee if they decide you work from home or spend too much time at home. Yeah. How about that? I first saw a story about this in the Los Angeles Times, and I was like, well, yeah, apartments are hard to find out there. They're adding any junk they can. And now, as happens, this is something is being copied, and people are getting charged this junk fee if the landlord knows or assumes you work from home. And so what does that mean? Let's say you have a baby and you're taking time off from work and you're home with the baby all the time. Is there going to be a newborn baby charge because now you're home more? You know, the whole idea of renting a place is it's where you get to live, right? And it's yours to use as you wish, 24 hours a day, 7 days of the week, all the length of your lease. So to then say, well, you're there too much, so we're going to charge you an additional fee for using what you've already paid rent to use.
Mel, now do you understand why voting matters? Do you understand? Because, folks, that is a policy decision. That is something our Congress, our local government should be stepping in saying, hell no, you're not going to get charged extra because you work from home, because these greedy ass landlords who put you in this predicament, most of them voting Republican, most of them creating the inflation that they're trying to overcome, and then want to suck you down on the back end by screwing you over by saying, if you work from home, I need an extra fee. No, folks. This is why voting matters. And before I continue, Mel, what do you think about this? It is ridiculous.
I mean, it brings like flashes of a dystopian future where your productivity continues to be monetized, where your body is an object that has to continually be paid for. You have to either be working and earning money, or even when you're at rest, you will now know that you are even more set up to know and have anxiety about, am I trying to relax?
Right.
There's an entire dialogue about reclaiming power from capitalism through napping, through resting, through trying to release oneself from the belief that they have to be perpetually productive. It's a yoke that most of us suffer from because there's a constant anxiety about our own security. Now having the numbers actually calculated and have a price tag, could you imagine if there's like a chart? Like, how often do you plan on staying home? That's like horror movie stuff. Oh, you took this weekend, so you have to give us more for your rent this month because you decided to stay home. Like, when does the level of control and monetization on our very beings and just being alive end?
It ends when people start giving their power to those that want to put it in place, Republicans and capitalism. What I'm always trying to get people to understand is everything needs balance. Crony capitalism and capitalism in general needs a healthy balance of socialism so that these type of things don't run amok. Yeah. Are y'all starting to see how this works now? Yeah. Are you starting to see how this works now? Because as long as these capitalists are allowed to nickel and dime you for anything, they will, until you in the poorhouse. And then they'll want to blame the government, or then they'll want to say you're not working hard enough, or then they'll want to say you're not pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, or then they'll tell you, maybe you shouldn't take off a weekend. Maybe you shouldn't take off Sunday for church. That it is ridiculous to think that if you work from home, they're going to make you pay a fee. Because like Mel said, what happens when you have a baby? You're going to have to pay a fee for that. What happens when you're on vacation? Is there going to be some embedded fee for that? And then there's other fees they slap on you. Like there's some of these places now are saying you pay a trash fee, which is free. It comes with the taxes that these people pay anyway. So why are they making you pay a fee for taking dumpsters to the side of the fucking road?
That's right.
People.
That's right.
People, wake up. Now, how do you protect yourself against this? There's only so many things you can do. If you're someone who's starting to look for a new place to go, you need to make sure that they give you all the fees up front and you see it in writing in whatever term or contract you sign. You need to see it up front. You need to ask salesperson. You need to ask property manager. I need to see it. I can speak to this people because I am a landlord. I have a property management team. And at my direction, I always tell them, I don't want you raising rents to be keeping up with inflation, because I want people that are going to be able to stay here, can count on it long term. I've had these rentals, folks, now going on damn near 10 years, and I've only raised rent once. Once. And do I charge them fees for sitting at home? Nope. Do I charge them fees to take their dumpster to the side of the road? Nope. But at the same time, people, when the other landlords around me are able to raise the market the way they're doing, it makes mom and pop folks like me have to step our game up even worse, you know? So it is imperative that you vote. But having said that, Mel, there is one man who said, to hell with all this bullshit. You want me to show you his face? He looks a little something like this. That's my Mamdani. And boy, did he get landlords mad. Take a look at this, Mel. They do not like it. But you know what? They brought it on their damn selves.
You must not take someone's success and feel that it's a burden, it's a must that he has to pay for your loss. No, it's America. You got to understand, my success is not yours. You're not my partner.
New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani's affordability agenda has put him on a collision course with the city's landlords. He wants to freeze the rent for about 1 million rent-stabilised apartments. Buildings like this one have rent increases regulated by a city board and are much cheaper than the typical market rate apartment. This your building?
Yeah, come on.
Humberto Lopes owns more than 100 buildings across the city. He says a rent freeze paired with rising property taxes and repair costs are leaving some landlords in the red.
We've renovated and we stuck, let's say, the $760,000 into this building. In the meantime, this property tax kept on going up and up and up. As of last year, we're at $77,000.
You're paying $77,000 US dollars in property tax a year for this building?
Yeah, a year.
And how much rent are tenants paying here?
The rents are basically anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 to $500.
Is that because they're rent stabilized?
They're rent stabilized. So basically, a 3-bedroom apartment, huge, for $2,300, you don't find that nowhere.
The Rent Guidelines Board found landlords had a 6% increase in income for buildings with rent-stabilised units in 2023 to 2024 and a 12% increase the year prior. Humberto Lopes disputes the findings and has formed a coalition of property owners to fight Mamdani's housing policies.
People forget that real estate is a business. You must understand that. This is not for free. This bullshit of free doesn't go this way. That's how you destroy something.
So a lot of people want rent-stabilised apartments because they feel they can't live in New York City without it because it costs so much to rent. So do you see that there is a problem?
Here's the problem. Let me stop you. I want a Bugatti, but I can afford a Mercedes. You understand me now? Don't go for the Bugatti. I can't afford $6,000 a month rent. Let those people who can afford it, let them buy them. It's America. You afford it, you pay for it. You can't afford it, find another apartment. You don't have to live in Manhattan.
How do you fix this immense wealth disparity in this city when a quarter of New Yorkers live in poverty?
Who cares?
You don't care for your fellow Americans?
No, it's what you have no program for them. Or did you not understand that you must
get them
solve
fed
their problems?
and get them going somewhere.
You get them going by knowing their losses and how you can put them back on their feet, not by giving everything for free.
And folks, that right there is the mindset of rich people.
Wow.
It's the mindset.
Okay.
He's saying everything is for free, right? And then in one breath, he's talking about this is America. Well, bitch, you don't know what America is built on. America is built on socialism for the rich. Maybe you haven't been the provocateur of any of it, but more people get socialism for the rich than poor people get things for their needs.
100%.
Do you understand that? I'm a landlord. I don't have 100 buildings like you got. You got 100 fucking buildings. You mean to tell me that out of 100 buildings, you got one that might be underwater versus all the other 100? I'm not buying it, Mel, because I do know real estate. He's sitting there lying. What he just told you is what he wants to do. He wants the Bugatti, but he can only afford the Mercedes. Let me tell you something. Someone who's poor, they're not going to sit here and tell you, can they have filet mignon versus T-bone steak? They're going to just say, give me some damn food. Okay, bro, stop it. Stop this fucking lying. Stop this acting like your plight is more important than those who have nothing. And nobody is saying free. You're saying free because you want to be hyperbolic.
Yeah, that's the part. I'm like, who said free? I've never had a free rent in my life. Like, what do we know?
But because see, people like him love to use the term free when it is understood that we're using the taxpayers' money to do this. But do you get on your microphone and you talk shit to Elon Musk when he's getting free money to expand his businesses? Do you get up here and talk shit to Donald Trump when he's getting free money to run scams on the American people? Do you get up here and talk shit to Donald Trump and the Trump administration when they're getting all this money for the military, like 75 cents on a dollar, but we ain't got no bullets and missiles in Iran? Are you running your mouth in that direction? No. Why are you beating up on the downtrodden? Is what I don't understand. Floor is yours, Mel. I understand it, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not smart. But the floor is yours, Mel. You get last word.
Pressure, I got to follow that act. Well, I'll tell you this. I already object to the comparison of apartment living, having that be affordable for working families and wanting a Bugatti. New York City has been a working person city forever. So to pretend that it's now only the land of the rich, that has been an agenda that New Yorkers have been very well aware of, that Manhattan has been turned more and more. Parts of Brooklyn where I live now. As somebody who lived and survived an $1,100 rent raise in one lease renewal, $1,100 they raised my rent.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I went from 2,100 to, surprise, you want to say, it is 32 something now. And you got to be prepared for that. How I was in a place where I could do that. I don't have a family. To act like it's wrong to have needs and a family to raise when those are the people and the families who have been in your fucking buildings giving you all that nice cash. And don't talk to me about your $77,000 a year property tax without also showing me what you're getting in rent from that building in the same year, what you are grossing, what you are netting, and then how much you put back into renovations. Because he wants to talk business, then let's talk business.
You notice how he circumvented that. He said, well, they run about 1,500 to 2,000. Stop it. Stop it. You know your inputs and your outputs. Stop it. I know mine like the back of my hand. I can tell you what I net every single year. You know it. And then he won't be honest with you, Mel, about how when you own real estate, you get to finagle your taxes and write things off of your taxes in a way that most people would never understand.
Correct.
He forgets to tell you that part too, okay?
Correct.
So it's not just about the dollars and cents that's on the surface that he talked about. It's also about the back end. Not to mention, when you own that much real estate, the city's being nice to you anyway. Not to mention, he's got that much real estate in New York, Mel. I guarantee you he's got some Section 8 apartments.
Oh, sure.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
And folks, that's guaranteed government money.
Yep.
Every month. Guaranteed. So don't talk to us about this problem when we just seen a video of my man Clark Howard talking about all the cheesy, capitalistic, greedy problems you landlords are doing. And it's not just the landlords, folks. We're just using them as an example today.
Right.
It's pretty much every industry is doing this sneaky bull jive, and I want you guys to be empowered to overcome.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.